Malindi's relaxed atmosphere is the ideal backdrop to discuss celebrating and nurturing women's leadership in peacebuilding. 45 women from across the globe, including Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, Sierra Leone, Zimbabwe, and the USA, were here to be a part of this learning and sharing workshop.
It was very important for me to be here as a woman leader. So many people are looking up to me on the society, and it's very rare for us to have an opportunity to have a me time where we will also have an opportunity to express what we feel or what we want. So we have always been covered by what we want. Every time we are out there, we are solving or tackling issues of the others, the people we serve in our society. So when I heard there is a retreat where other women will come to reflect and have an opportunity to share not only what the work we are doing, but the personal experiences we had, I thought it was a good way to start the year.
Women carry a heavy load. They do a lot of challenging work, and for most of the time, the women are giving. They're always giving, they're supporting the family, they're leading in organizations, they're doing a lot of work in their communities, and very rarely do they actually get to be supported. Spaces like these are very important where women can actually learn from each other, because at times women get overwhelmed.
I've really learned a lot. It seems as if we are almost doing the same thing, trying to empower these women. Normally, women at the grassroots are sometimes looked down upon, but the Kumekucha and Family Talk it seems they are brothers and sisters. We are walking on the same line, trying to empower women and trying to walk alongside with them to find answers to their own problem, and to make them vibrant and even try to influence decision-making in their communities.
The Family Talk was very interesting for me. One, it's from another part of Africa. The biggest lesson maybe is that when women are given the opportunity and the space to be the best they can be, they can do miracles. The other thing is the situation they were in, the conflict, the horrors they've seen, but they were able to have hope for themselves, for their families, pick themselves up, dust themselves up, and organize others in a voluntary manner. So it's giving me such a lot of inspiration for what can happen, even in the worst of circumstances.
I feel it's around time Africans owned their lives and owned a new dawn for themselves, and actually said, we are starting a journey for ourselves as Africans, and this is how we define it.
One of the areas touched on during the 4-day retreat was learning about Family Talk and Kumekucha community-led social healing programs. It was certainly eye-opening for the guests.
Community Kumekucha program is a fantastic program. It's a fantastic experience. It's a fantastic process. It's giving space for people to really air what they feel is ailing them.
The fact that it is driven from the grassroots was so plus on, because most of the interventions that people make are top bottom, and their ownership of the day-to-day person is usually non-inclusive. So I saw this as a very great tool, which also has a multiplier effect. And then I saw it as community-owned. And I loved it because the issues are within the community. They are not brought in there. Information is not impacted, but it is dialogued upon, so I really loved it. They allow people to dialogue about issues. And once you talk about issues from the heart and you give space for people to give their views and for the affected parties to have a chance to express their feelings, I think that's the biggest healing that can happen. When you suffocate that, chances are high people are not going to really have a moment of voicing out their concerns and letting their emotions out there. And like I was saying, that in my country, we are having a kind of a cycle of conflict in Uganda, because we haven't had that moment for people who have been aggrieved to sit down and dialogue and really heal through processes which have happened.
The 5-day retreat was an opportunity for these women and the community to connect, reflect, build networks and relationships that will last a lifetime.
I am sure after all this space, after the bonding we are having, we are going to have very good supportive networks, very good linkages, and a lot of good collaboration, which will hold hands, and we're going to save the world.
The saying goes, when women come together, great things happen.